You gotta do it. Yeah, we did it right time. Excuse me. Oh, way it needs to be done. Hey, hey, hey. What's up? Why does it seem darker in here? I could turn this light on, but it'll end up washing me out. Twitch was acting funky. Washed out now. Anyway. How was it acting funky? Hmm. That's weird. Alrighty, let me move this smaller. Minimize that. I think that's all the way where it needs to be. Alrighty then. Okay, everybody. I don't know about where you all live, but it's gotten a little warm here, but not too bad. It hasn't gotten up into the upper 80s today. What do you mean what? What? Okay, let me move that. We're doing the Peacock stitch tonight. Never mind. Okay. We're doing the Peacock stitch. It's like a fan, but a fan stitch on steroids. So if anybody here who's crocheting along, as usual, let me know. We're going to get right into this tonight. Okay. Oh, we have a new audio chat command. I posted an updated list in the Discord. The new command is !gong, Gong, and it's a gong sound. I don't know where everybody is. I think Crojo might be coming in late. She had something going on earlier this evening. Not certain where everybody is. But we're going to start. Everything's dark. Okay, it's a little better. Stop. This happens. I get washed out. Hey, Grammy. Okay, for this pattern, the repeat, and it's in the Crochet Stitch Dictionary book by Sarah Hazel. I need to start saying that for all of my VODs that are uploaded to YouTube. I mentioned in the description of the videos when I upload them, but I need to actually say that. The repeat for this, not repeat, the stitch multiple is 10 plus 1 plus an additional 1 for the foundation chain. I know that sounds weird, but that's just the way the repeat is. So I'm going to do a multiple of 10. So I'm going to do 30 for our sample. And then I'm going to do 2 extra chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There's my multiple of 10, plus 1, and then plus an additional 1 for your foundation chain. So if anybody's crocheting along, let me know, and I can wait until we go till everyone catches up before we can do the next step. This is a 2-row repeat pattern, but the first row does not count as your repeat. Like most stitches, the first row is the setup, and then it's the additional rows after that will be the repeat. So what we're going to end up doing is we've got our multiple of 10 plus 1 plus an additional 1 for our foundation chain. So in the second chain from the hook, we're going to do a single crochet. Let me zoom in a little. Skip the first one, and then the second one, we're going to do a single crochet. And now we're going to skip the next 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in that 5th chain, we're going to do a triple crochet. Whoops. Count the chains again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the 5th chain, we're going to do a triple crochet. And in that exact same stitch, in that same chain, you're going to do 8 more triples. It's a lot of triples going into a chain. So we're going to do a total of 9 triples in that chain. Get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're not counting along, that's fine. And then 9. So that is going to form our fan. Now we're going to skip 4 chains. Now, since we got all of that in there, it's really easy to miss that next chain. The next chain got really tight, and the next chain is right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the 5th chain, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5th chain is going to get a single crochet. That's the repeat. So now we're going to skip 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the 5th chain, do 9 triples. Good practice for triple crochet. It's not a stitch you always do a lot of, but this one is mostly triples. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 3 more. think that was 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 9. We're going to skip 4 chains. There's a chain right there. 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th chain, we're going to do a single crochet. And then we're going to skip the next 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in that 5th chain, we're going to do 9 crochets again, 9 triples. Check something here. Got to do triples, not doubles. I'm used to doing doubles. Uh, 6, 7, 8, that's 9. We're going to skip 4 chains. There's one right there. 2, 3, 4. Hey there, lady. How are you? When we get to the end, you're going to skip 4, and it should be the very last chain. The very last chain, we're going to do a single crochet. You think you're going to start trying to make Riley's birthday number block this weekend? Yeah, definitely. She's going to try to make like a 3-dimensional, kind of like an amigurumi, but not. I think you said you're going to do squares. And there's some cartoon or something called number blocks. She showed me. It's like this yellow number, and it's got like a face on it. So that's row 1. So to recap, we've got our multiple of 10 plus 1 more plus an additional 1 for our foundation. You're falling apart. Why are you falling apart? We don't want you to fall apart. We got our multiple of 10 plus 1 plus an additional 1 for the chain. Second chain from the hook, from the beginning, you do a single. You skip 4, and in the 5th one, you do 9 triples. Very long and overwhelming day. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope your day gets better. You do your single crochet, the second one from the hook, because the hook would have been here. Skip 4. In the 5th, do 9 triples. Skip 4. In the 5th, do a single. Repeat it. Skip 4. The 5th, do 9 triples. Skip 4. The 5th, do a single, and so on until you get to the very end. And the very last stitch will be a single crochet for your first row. Row 2, we're going to chain 4 and turn. That chain 4 counts as a triple. Yeah, a triple by itself. Yeah, 4 is a triple. So that counts as our first triple. And then our single crochet that we have right here that we just made, we're going to do another triple. You're going to end up having 2 triples on the edge. And then we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to find, you've had some not so happy news this week too. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we all need to go on a diet. So we've got our 2 triples, we've chained 3, and then we're going to find the middle one, which is will be the fourth triple. Your chain here does not count. That's your foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you skip the fourth, so in the fifth, in that fifth triple, so the middle of our fan, we're going to do a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to skip all of this fan, and in that single crochet that's between our fans, we're going to do 2 triples. So you do 1 triple, and you do another triple, both in that same single crochet stitch. And now we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to find the fifth triple of our fan, which is the middle one. The middle one will get a single crochet, and then repeat that. Chain 3, and then in our single crochet that's here between our fans, we're going to get 2 triples. So again, triples, you wrap it twice, and then when you go through, you're going to pull it through 3 times. I'll show again. You wrap it twice, go in, bring up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and then yarn over through the last 2. That's a triple. Get done that, chain 3. The middle triple of our fan, we do a single crochet into the top of that, and then chain 3, and then in our last stitch here, which is a single crochet at the very end, we'll get 2 triples. So that is row 2. So we've made these sets of triple crochets between our fans, and we've got chain stitches that are connecting. Now we're going to do row 3. Row 3 is we're going to single crochet, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And in this space between the 2 triples here, not in the stitch, but in the space, do a single crochet. Let me double check this. So we did our single crochet. And then into that single crochet that's at the top of our fan here, we're going to skip all of this. We're going to skip that triple. You're going to skip all of those chains. And into this single crochet that's at the top of your fan, you're going to do 9 triples into that single crochet. 1, 2, whoops, I lost it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we're going to go find our 2 triples here, and in that space in between, we're going to do a single crochet. And that's your repeat. So you're going to do your fan into that single that's on top of the fan from the previous row, 9 triples into that stitch, and then you're going to find these 2 triples, the space between, you do a single, and now we're going to do 9 triples into the single crochet that's at the top of our fan. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and that's 8. Now we're going to find the next 2 triples, and in the space in between, do a single, and then we skip all the way over to the single crochet that's the top of our fan, and do 9 triples, if the yarn will work with me. Certain I did 9. 9. And then you're going to end your row in between the last 2 triples. You'll do a single. And then you're going to repeat row 2. And row 2 is you're going to chain 4. And then you're going to do another triple into that stitch you just made. So you'll have your 2 triples, chain 3, and then do a single crochet the top of your fan. Chain 3, do your 2 triples into that stitch there, your single crochet, chain 3, and do a single into the top of your fan. So you're going to repeat rows 2 and 3 for as long as you want. It's a pretty easy stitch to do. There's just a lot of triples. I don't know what you could use this for. I guess a blanket, but maybe not. There's a lot of holes in it. Trying to think of something that this stitch would look good for. A wrap, like a rectangular wrap. So pretty easy. Any questions? Looks like something's in my eye. Alrighty then. Move that out of the way. Hey there, Nora Fairy. How are you? Seem to have gotten an eyelash or lint or something in my eye. I made the peacock stitch. It's really easy. It's not that difficult. It's pretty much triples, a few singles, and a couple chains here and there. It's mostly triples. I bet even you could figure this out. Okay, so we're going to put that to the side. That was pretty easy to show. And now we're just going to sit and chill. And I'm going to work on the shawl. Oh yeah, this is kind of cool looking. I'm just trying to I'm trying to figure out what this would be good for. The book doesn't actually give a suggestion what this stitch would look good on. I mean, this would look good for a wrap or a shawl. And then this would be the part that's going to be up around your neck. And then this would be the bottom. What is happening on the side of your screen with the sidebar? What do you mean? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I just noticed that. Okay. Wait a minute. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. It's like, wait a minute. Oh. Okay. It's hold on, let me why can't I make this window bigger? Um um why can't I can't move any of my windows. Um Might need Norfairy's help. I can't move any of my windows on my screen. Restart the program. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now it worked. It worked. It fixed. Okay. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. She better not be taken over. My sister, who came over, she's also one of my followers in here. She came over today and she told me, no offense, but I like Granny Moreno better than you. I'm like, oh, alrighty then. It's weird. Every window I have, I've got a lot of apps open. I couldn't resize anything. I couldn't move anything around. Anyway, so what were we saying? Norfairy said this could be a drapery and an opium den. Kind of. Actually, you're not wrong. I'm trying to think of something else that this would work. I'm not certain. Okay. So I'm on the shawl again, and y'all are probably sick and tired of seeing this. I have. Let me see how many repeats I have. I think I have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12. I need to do 3 more repeats, and this will be done. I'm on my 3rd ball of yarn. It's going to take almost 4, so. So what's everybody working on? Come on. We're going to see how long it takes. And I'm not going to jinx myself. How long it takes for me to make a mistake. I was working on it earlier today, and I did, like, I don't know, a couple repeats, and didn't make a mistake earlier. Weaving in yarn ends. Nice. That means you're done a project, or close to being done, or done a portion of it. So I've got that fiber festival coming up Saturday, which I'm excited about. 40 more ends to be finished, ready to go to Project Linus. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing my marathon stream on Sunday, May 7th, starting at 10 Eastern. I don't expect everybody to be in here during the entire marathon. And I'll be working on a blanket for Project Linus. I already got the pattern picked out, and I've done a small little test swatch. I'm going to make a little bit bigger of a swatch, just to be 100% certain that's what I'm going to use. And again, I'm going to start at 10, go until whenever. Oh, come on. Good, I don't have to redo that stitch. Hey there, Hedesy. Yep, I'm good. How are you? Nice. Are you working on anything at the moment? As you can see, I'm working on this is technically the 5th shawl of this pattern. Sewing a skirt. Oh, cool. Never crocheted in my life, but I love to learn. Oh, yeah, definitely. It takes some practice, just like with anything. But I find it very relaxing, and it's kind of like sewing. It's that whole tactile, working with material type thing. And then seeing your project along through the steps until you have a finished item. Recently started sewing, just loving everything related to crafting. Want to try to learn the chainless start. I'm gonna have to put that on the schedule for May. What I'm thinking about doing, if anybody who's new, especially like somebody like Hedda, I'm thinking about May doing a bunch of going back to basics, showing your basic some of your basic stitches. I know us seasoned crocheters know all of that. And also with that, I will do show the foundationless start. Need to learn the chainless foundation, so you want to make a sweater is more stretch to it. What should you get? Okay, I would recommend a worsted weight yarn. And I can show you real quick, and I don't have any. Oops. I turned my one monitor off. I don't like this monitor that's got these like touch sensitive controls. Okay, worsted weight yarn. Hedda, if you don't mind me asking, what country are you in? I ask that because I know in the US there's a standardization of yarn sizes. Spain. Okay. Oh. Yes, thank you, lady. Okay. That wasn't done because you're in Spain. That's done because this ball of yarn in this color, we here in the stream refer to this as sad green. There's some backstory to it. Okay. So, okay, I'm not certain what they would call it in Spain. You would want a worsted weight yarn, which maybe you might be able to look it up online what that would be in Spain. I'm not really certain. And I would recommend a crochet hook. If you're first starting, I would recommend a light colored yarn. Get the cheapest you can find, most likely acrylic. I would get a lighter color, like a light blue, a cream, a very light pink. How do you spell it? Okay. Worsted means it's a type of spin. It's how they spin the yarn. It's a technique. There are two types of yarn. Most yarn that you're going to find in the store to knit and crochet with, which is most yarn, is going to be a worsted spin. It's also the weight, meaning the thickness of the yarn. There's another type. I'm self-taught in English and sometimes I get, but oh no, I understand. Yeah, and worsted is not it's not even a common English word. It has to do with how the yarn is made, and it's the thickness. So you don't want, if you're starting, you don't want anything really thin. You don't want anything like this. That's not going to work. So you're going to want a decent sized basic yarn. I would recommend acrylic because it's usually cheaper. You don't want to go out and get expensive materials when you're first learning. Let me find the English term for it, because if you were in England, they have a different word. Okay, yeah. She said that, Hedda said that they're in Spain. They might use English terminology because the stitches, on how to do the stitches, it's the same stitch, but they call it something different in UK terms than they do in US terms. And I use US terms since I'm in the US. I would also recommend, again, like I said, acrylic, a light colored yarn, so you can see the stitches, and a crochet hook. You're going to want probably, I would recommend a 6mm. This is a 5.5mm. I would recommend like a 6, 6.5 to a 7. You want a bigger hook when you first start out. That's what I find easy, so you can actually see the stitches. I happen to crochet very tight, so when I was first learning, I used a bigger hook than normally I would use, so you can see the stitch where you're going to put it in, where you're going to put the hook into. And that's all you really need. That's all you really need to start out with. Yeah, an Aran weight is also, yeah, that's Aran and worsted are interchangeable. I think when I was first learning, I used a 7mm. Yeah, you want a 6 or 7mm with it. Normally, and I've done previous stream about how to read a label. I'm not going to get into all of that for May because that's a whole lot. That is listed on my YouTube channel if you want to go back and find it, and I can't remember. Yeah, thank you, lady. Yeah, definitely put it in the Discord. Hedda, if you're not part of the Discord, if you have Discord, you can join the Discord, and there's a lot of us that are helpful there, and it's available any time of day. I don't know if you're familiar with Discord, but that's what I would. Oh, I don't have that link set up. It will pop up every now and then in the chat, but I will send it to you right now. There we go. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to post it in there. No. That's how us crafters usually tend to be, is we help each other out, and we like sharing the art and the craft. What else was I going to say? Yeah, that's all you really need is the yarn, a crochet hook. I would get an inexpensive one. I wouldn't go out and get, because crochet hooks you could spend a lot of money on it. You just want a really basic one. Most likely they're going to be metal. And like I said, in May, when I start this, I'm going to go back to basics. If you're around, I'll go slow and I can help you. We'll do the chain and all of that. Okay, yeah. Definitely. If you can find something that's not going to be expensive. And even if it's just a small thing to start off with, a small little bit of yarn. You don't need to have tons of it. And then you probably have it laying around your house, a pair of scissors or something to cut the yarn. That's really what you really need when you first start out. There are a couple extra, well, you could get a yarn needle, but that's, if you don't already have one, then I wouldn't go and buy one when you're first learning. Once you get used to it, then I would. And again, they're not expensive either. A yarn needle is just, and I'll show you what a yarn needle looks like. It's a hand needle. It's like a hand sewing needle. That is a yarn needle or a tapestry needle. It's a large, they come in metal and plastic. It's a large needle that has a large eye, so you can put the yarn through it. And that is used to weaving in ends. But when you first start out and learning, you're probably not going to you don't really have to worry about that. And another word of advice, when you first learn to crochet and you want to make something square, it's not going to be square. Your first project, your first little sample. When I first started, I was going to try to do just a basic little square. Well, it started like that, and then as I did more rows, it tapered in because your tension improves. So don't be discouraged for your first swatch or sample that you do. No problem. And again, bunch of us that are in the Discord are all willing to help out a new crocheter. Okay, cool. Yeah, I post things periodically in there, and it's a good place to see when I stream. If you don't have like the notification or whatever on Twitch here. And when I go live, I post it in there. It automatically does that. But yes, Clay Miko and Grammy, I will do the foundationless chain. I mean the chainless foundation. Also, when I'm teaching a stitch, and if I know somebody is crocheting along, I will go very slow, or I'll try. My intention is to go slow to make certain that everybody isn't left behind. It is interesting. There's a wide variety of stitches. And so many different things you can make with it. And so many different materials that you can use. I was taught, and she's not in here at the moment. She might be coming along here soon. User in here named Crojo Mojo taught me about 20 years ago. So we have her to thank for all of this. You're going to go for the evening. I have some things to do before bed. Okay. I will chat with you later, Clay Miko. Yep. And I've made blankets and hats and scarves and all types of things. This here currently is technically my 5th shawl, and it's the same pattern. I'm obsessed with this pattern. This is the only shawl pattern I've ever made. I've never made a sweater, which I'm wanting to make a sweater for myself at some point. I think I found a pattern that I like. I just got to find the yarn. And then make some adjustments so it'll be my size. You know, in your first garment ever, which is the skirt I'm sewing. Oh, nice. If you want, if you feel comfortable, you can always post it in the Discord. We have a channel over there called, what did I call it? Whips and Foes. Thanks for the follow, Omaha Programmer. I have a one of the channels in the Discord is Whips, Foes, etc. Whips means work in progress, and a foe or an FO is finished object. If you want, you can post pictures in there, and it doesn't have to be crochet. It can be anything you're working on, any type of hobby, learning how to pattern. I did make the pattern for it using my measurements. Nice. I've never made garments before. I mean, like I said, I've made hats and scarves, and I'm doing these shawls, but I've never made like a sweater or anything else. Even sewing, I've never made a garment. Speaking of skirts, there's this YouTube channel. I can show you the other project I made. Yeah, definitely. There's a YouTube channel. I've posted in the Discord in the YouTuber section. The channel's called Just Vintage Crochet. She finds old patterns and recreates them and tries to decipher some of the instructions and patterns for them. She made a gown from the patterns from 1935, and whoops, the beginning part of it is like three part video. The beginning is a skirt. It's all crocheted. Congrats on your first skirt. You'll be proud of yourself when it's complete. I still remember my first skirt, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, like I was saying, the video I watched, um, it was a gown. It started like a evening gown, and it started with the skirt, and then she made the top part, and then I think she attached it all together, and there was a belt, and then there was like these crocheted rose embellishments, and it was cool looking. Obviously, I would never wear him like that. But yeah, the channel is posted in the YouTube channel on my Discord for YouTubers to watch. And like I said, it's called Just Vintage Crochet. I think her name is Karina. And I've watched a bunch of her videos and make some cool things that are from the past. I lost the stitch off the hook. Yeah, that video that she was doing, and I need to demonstrate how to do it. I tell you the truth, I've never made this one pattern before, and I think that is something I'll have to put on the schedule also. There is a stitch called a Solomon's knot. It's a very open, lacy type stitch. So I will have to practice it and then show it here on stream one night. Okay. Yeah, when I get a chance, I'll have to check out the picture on the Discord that you posted. But I'm just working on this shawl, and I've promised myself that this is the last of this pattern. Made way too many of this. And obviously, when you start out, you're not going to be crocheting as fast as I am. I mean, even when you get more advanced, you don't always have to crochet as fast, and it's not a speed thing. That's just the way I happen to crochet. It's more about being accurate. Yep, experience. Speed will come with experience, and again, it's not a necessary thing. You have the inner lining now. You have to hem it. Oh, cool. Let me take a look at it real quick. Oh wow, that Santa Claus is cute. I really like that. Good job on the skirt. Let me do a little. Lots of work, and a lot of it was hand sewn because I don't know how to use the machine yet. Became a professional seamstress and know the lining is not always easy. You got it. You can do it. The lining fabric was so hard to work with, but it's worth it. I get to this halfway point, which pretty much there. Then I'm going to go and check to make certain I didn't mess up this row. Because this row of the pattern is usually when I have the mistakes. Now we can check to see if I did that half okay. Because we don't want a frog. Frogging means you have to rip it out, and ripping it out sounds like ribbit, like the sound a frog makes. No frogging yet. Crojo's not here, so she's not here to jinx me. Nope, no frogging right now. Well, the other week, he jinxed me. Come on, get the loop right. And again, I can't teach this pattern that I'm doing because I don't have the permission from the pattern designer, but it's a free pattern. And I've said this over and over and over again. It's on the Crochet Crowd on YouTube. It's the fluffy meringue shawl. Be careful what you wish for. Lots of hours, little pay. Trying to make customers happy can be very stressful. Yep. I understand. I do have other career goals, but I love to at least have the abilities to be a seamstress. Yeah, it's a good skills to have. Almost done this row. And then I will double check that I didn't make any mistakes on this half. Go in and pick it up, and there we go. Okay, let's check. We did good on that one. No frogging. 2 rows without frogging. And those are usually the rows I mess up on. When I do this row, I can fan it out. You can kind of see what the shawl will look like. You missed the frog. Well, sorry. A while back, I did post a picture of the first one I made in the Discord. It was a while ago. Come on. I think this is 9. Let me double check this. Yeah, the first one is identical to this. The second one's identical to this. The third and fourth ones, same pattern but different colors. And the fourth one is for a toddler. So, much smaller. Been using this type of yarn so much that when I go to make something in a different type of yarn, it's probably going to feel weird. Oh, it is very soft. It's soft and kind of like silky feeling. It's acrylic. It's 100% acrylic, but it has the feeling of, I don't know what you would, how to describe it. It's very squishy. It's very soft. It's not scratchy at all. It's not rough. Hey there, Sophie. How are you? Let me double check. I got 9. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Gotcha. Oh, hope you feel better soon. Just working on the last shawl. We're sitting here waiting for Crafty to mess up so we can send the frog command. Not gonna happen. Looking outside, making sure these thunderclouds don't turn green. Oh, yeah, you don't want them to be green. Famous last words. Yeah, okay. I know. I've experienced, you've all experienced me working and like, yeah, I'm not going to make a mistake. And then I had to take out 2 rows. Now, I understand that you get paranoid if the storm clouds get ominous. Hey, Crojo. There's a tornado less than a quarter mile away from an hour ago. I was huddled in my closet with 3 cats. Ooh. And hey there, sarcastic yarn hoarder. Hopefully everything's safe. Just looks like rain, and I know the tornado sirens will go off if there's anything sighted, but no, I totally understand with your anxiety being up for that. Here, yes, there was some damage in town, though. The storm moved off to the northeast, where it may or may not be a tornado. Oof. Wow. If anybody, wherever they are, if they're in, have bad weather that's dangerous, make certain you all stay safe. We're done this road. Wow. At least I got to come out of that closet. Your parents don't know about the other one. Okay, that's funny. Luckily, we have a basement with no tornado siren system. No basement but sirens, and all my electronics collectively lost their mind to inform me of the tornado woman. Also got texts and calls from the city. We don't have sirens here in Maryland, but when I moved to Minnesota, apparently there's a siren across the street. No one informed me that they test every Wednesdays. Needless to say, the first time I heard it go off for a test, I had to change my drawers. Yeah, here in Maryland, we don't. I mean, we get tornadoes, but it's not as often. For the raid. And nine. Hey there, Raiders. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Yarn Spinners. Yarn Spinners Tales. I like that name. I am working on a shawl, the 5th shawl of this pattern. I'm doing the Fluffy Meringue shawl by the Crochet Crowd on YouTube. It's anybody who's joining. How was your stream, Yarn Spinners Tales? Seven, 9. Very nice. Spinning yarn on your spinning wheel. Nice. I have 2 electric spinning wheels. I need to break those out and get more practice on it. I'm very rusty. Very much a beginner spinner. I've never used a traditional spinning wheel before. I have a drop spindle, which I'm okay with, but I can't get it. I don't like. I'm having trouble getting a consistent spin with it. I'm a little better with the electric spinning wheel. I'm sorry, Sophie. Headaches are not fun. So, you said you're spinning. What material, what fiber were you spinning? You have 2 electrics, a nano and a bigger, older one called Roberta by Urzel. Oh, yeah, I'm not certain what that is. I've never heard of that brand. I've got 2 electric eels. I think they're the 2.1s. I think I got them secondhand. It was a pretty good deal, and they were selling both. And they sent me a whole bunch of bobbins and a Lazy Kate and a Yarn Swift and even some um some fiber. I think it's some blue faced Leicester. And I have 2 regular treadle wheels, an ash for traditional, and the Maja Craft R I was using the Aura tonight. Nice. I think this is number 9. I gotta double check. Because I lose count sometimes. But again, I'm doing the Fluffy Meringue Shawl by the Crochet Crowd. This is a acrylic yarn. Got a really good deal on it. And It's Red Heart's Unforgettable. It's a roving style yarn. I love working with this yarn. Sure, the headache is due to stress and anxiety. You need to get out of Texas. Tornadoes, the excessive heat, and the snakes would encourage to fly your butt out of there. um, whoops. Pro Joe, whenever you're ready, if you want, you can send the meme over. Those of you who don't know, thanks for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Once per stream, we have. Wait, you don't fry butts? Alrighty then. Once per stream, we have a segment called, oops, the meme of the stream, and my follower, Crojo, supplies us with a yarn craft-related meme. So it's a little fun segment we do every stream. Also, what I usually do the beginning half of the stream, I teach a stitch. That's why it says down at the bottom, the peacock stitch. Earlier, when I first started, that's the stitch I showed how to do. So I do a little sample of a new stitch, and then I work on some other project. Alrighty, so we've got, let me click on this. Oh, I've seen this one before. The awkward moment when your husband finds all your Hobby Lobby purchases hiding in the guest bedroom, and now you have some explaining to do.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Knots and Stitches. I like that name. I like a bunch of these names that are coming in. Okay. Thank you, Crojo, for the meme. I need to come with a little jingle to play for anytime we do the meme. I don't know how to incorporate some of these sound and everything. I can do the sound commands, but some of these other commands and other technical things I'm not too good with. I'm gonna take a post-spring string break, and Lark can be back. Yeah, definitely. Take care of whatever things you need to take care of after streaming. I'll be here for a while. What crochet project I'm working on? This is called, and I can't get it all in frame because it's so large. This is the Fluffy Meringue Shawl from the Crochet Crowd on YouTube. It's a free, Mikey shows you how to do the project in a video of his, but there's also a free downloadable PDF pattern for it, and it's a 4-row repeat, and you make it as big as you want. And this is the 5th one that I've done of this pattern. So, and again, this is done with, and if you get my little This here is done with Red Heart Unforgettable, which is an acrylic yarn, but it does not feel like acrylic yarn. It's super, super soft. It's a roving style yarn, and it is in the color Red Sea. And I got a really good price on it. I got like 12 balls of it, and pretty much it's all going into these shawls. And then I made another one, same style yarn, but it's a different brand. And I don't have it right here right now, but it's in the colorway is in like greens and purples and some orangish goldish colors. So I made one of those. All of them are going to be gifts, and everybody who's receiving it, well, most people receiving it know about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the one that's green and purple and the orangish colors, it's my friend. She's actually one of my followers here in the stream. She was here earlier. She picked out the colors. She's getting one, and then I made a small one for her daughter. When I see them this weekend, they will be getting their shawls. It's that stitch. But it's very soft and squishy, and I like it. Hey, 7, 9. And anybody who came in on that raid, 1, 2, 3, on May 7th, it's a Sunday, I will be doing a marathon stream because I have exceeded 100 followers. And during that stream, I'm going to start streaming about 10 a.m. Eastern Time and go until whenever. And during that stream, I will be starting and hopefully, fingers crossed, finishing a blanket that I'm going to donate to Project Linus. Project Linus is an organization that accepts new and clean handmade blankets, either crocheted, knitted, quilted, and it's for children from 0 to 18 that are in need. So that is how I'm going to celebrate my milestone of getting 100 followers. Project Linus is nationwide. It's also in Canada. I don't know if it's in any other nations. And they have chapters all over the country. I'm almost to the end of the show and I haven't frogged. Also, anybody who came in on that raid, I have a YouTube channel where I post all of my streams to get uploaded on there after I stream, and I also have a Discord. So feel free to join that. It'll pop up in the chat. 7, 8. I need one more in there. We post pictures of our projects we're working on and some helpful tips and help each other, encourage each other. It's a cool little community we've got going over there. We're going to do row 4. Get done this row, it'll be the last row of this repeat. And when I'm done this row, I think we might be calling it an evening. Unless we have to frog, but I don't think we have to frog because the final row of a repeat, usually I don't have to frog. It's usually the first or second ones that I always have issues on. And I know Grammy's itching to use that frog chat command. Speaking of projects, I'm on square 158 of 690 of your giant entrelac project. Wow. Are you trying to cover the earth in entrelac? Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Even for a twin size. Like entrelac, but I don't think I like it that much. And I think I mentioned that the other day. I like the look of entrelac. I'm not a fan of doing it. But didn't you say you're doing knitted entrelac? I barely know how to knit, period, much less do knitted entrelac. I'm not a fan of doing crochet entrelac. Might not like it after this. It's a commission. Okay. I knit, crochet, sew, quilt, spin, all the fiber front. Wow, that's talented. I can crochet, and I'm like I said, I'm rusty at spinning. That's about it. Oh, and again, I know how to knit, basic knit and purl stitches. That's all I know how to do with knitting. But to avoid flipping the project every 10 stitches, I'll learn how to knit left-handed. Wow. That takes some skill. The basic knit and purl will allow you to do lots of things. Yep, I'm very slow at knitting. Very slow. Take that one stitch out. Practice being humble. He knows how to cut out fabric masks, press, and construct them. Okay, that's different. That's just cutting and pressing and clipping them together, or pleating them and doing a straight seam, straight stitch. I wouldn't really say doesn't take a lot of skill to do that. Meaning face mask, the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah, I get the concept of it. I just don't really have practice of sewing. I'm convinced that patterns for knit and crochet are written in different languages. Yeah, that's something we discuss a lot here in the stream. Just like languages, there are dialects and accents, and it's all the same language, but you might not understand what they're saying. Because some patterns are not written really well. So you keep Google handy. Yep, Google is your friend. In the Discord that I have, if anybody's joined there, I have a section called Useful Things. There are charts. I know there's charts for the symbols for crochet diagrams. I'm not certain if there's a symbol for knit stitches for a knit diagram. If that's even a thing. I could be wrong. That might not even be a thing. As Z, what? Knit has charts, and each chart will have its own key. Yep. Hey there, Gold Misfit. Yeah, crochet charts usually have their own key, but their symbols are usually standardized. That was your cat. Oh, hey, kitty cat. Your cat should have been here. Oh, should have been here the other night. I showed how to do the cat stitch. We do chain. Yep, and it's actually pretty easy to do. The cat stitch, to look at it, looks complicated, but it's really not that difficult. The most difficult part is the puffs for the paws. But that is on my YouTube channel. It was uploaded the other night after I did that stream. All this is, it's a 3-row repeat, and you change colors every 3 rows. This is scrap yarn, so there's knots in it. But it's just every 3 rows you change colors, and the first row you do is where you do the paws, and then the next 2 rows are identical. How are you, Ghoul Misfit? Oh, what's going on? As you can see, I'm working on this project again. Off tomorrow, I volunteered to go in for a few hours. Gotcha. I haven't checked out Boomer's stream in a while. I need to pop in there one day and pick on him. Okay, I'm halfway done this drawing. I think we're going to call it a night. My arms are getting tired. I was also working on this earlier today. So I got half of that row done. I still got another half, and that repeat will be done. And then just to show again what it's looking like, again, everybody who's a regular have seen this a number of times after all of them that I've made. Okay. I will be on Saturday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing the caterpillar stripe stitch, and I will update everybody on how the fiber festival went that I'll be going to on Saturday morning. So everybody, you all have a good evening. I don't think we're going to raid anybody tonight. Anybody who came in on that raid, if you're still here, thank you. I appreciate it. Anybody who followed, thank you. Again, check out the YouTube. All of my streams are posted on there after I'm done streaming. Also, check out the Discord. Got a great little community over there going on and showing off all of our works that we're working on and supporting each other. I will talk to everybody on